afternoon. My name is Amanda and welcome to the Den Creative. For today's pick a card reading, we are going to be figuring out what makes you attractive, what makes you hot, what makes you sexy, whatever word you want to insert here, what makes people be drawn to you? What is it about you that magnetizes certain people to you? If you're new to pick a card readings, I just ask that you close your eyes, take a couple of deep cleansing breaths to try to center your energy and focus in on piles number 1, 2, 3, or 4. And if more than one pile calls out to you, there may be messages in each pile for you. Once you've selected your pile or piles, you can go ahead and check the description box below for the timestamps, and I also try to pin them as the top comment. So without delaying this any further, let's give you a moment to meditate on the cards, and I will see you over at your reading. Alright, group number 1, let's go ahead and find out what makes you hot, sexy, attractive, all the cool things right now. Okay, group number 1, so let's go ahead and start right up here with this New Beginnings card. So people look at you and they see someone who's got a really beautiful, fresh perspective on life. Someone who can take a stagnant energy or a stagnant situation and make it new and refreshed and revitalized and fun. You just have this, with this Wounded Child card here, this sense of childlike wonder when you go out in the world. The little things bring you joy and your eyes just light up. So you may have these really big, round, childlike, beautiful eyes. And I say this with the utmost respect. Maybe you have such big eyes that they just take up so much of your face. Like me, myself, I think if there was one thing I could change about myself, I'd like to have bigger eyes. So to me, that is something that is beautiful and amazing. So people may be attracted to how big and beautiful and bright your eyes are. Maybe the color of your eyes is very interesting or, in a way exotic to where it's not the same as everyone around you. And you may get compliments on your eyes, your eye shape, your eye color, your eye makeup. Something about your eyes really brings people in. And they do say that the eyes are the window to the soul. So it's almost like people can see how pure and beautiful and untainted your soul is. Even if you've had a rough life, even if you feel yourself, you aren't the best person, the most egoless person, people can see beyond all of the facade or the ego or the surface level things and see deeply into your soul and how beautiful and pure your soul is. Because the light attribute here says, awakens compassion and desire to serve others. Wounded children opens the learning path of forgiveness. And then it's really funny because right below this card with the topaz, it says forgiveness heals. Time to release repressed anger, and it's blocking your health and as it is blocking your health and happiness, if I could read. So people see you as someone who's not afraid to forgive or admit that they were wrong, and that's really sexy to a significant other or a potential mate, because we all make mistakes, and to know that each little mistake we make isn't going to be held against us at a later date or, put on the back burner to be brought up in a fight or something. That's a really good breath of relief, sigh of relief kind of feeling. So people see you as someone who's open to learning and open to forgiving when the forgiveness is needed. And I always say forgiveness isn't for the other person. It is something we do as a gift to ourselves, so we are not carrying that resentment around. But people also feel that release of burden when they know that you've forgiven them for whatever it is that they've done to you. And that's really attractive to people, knowing that even if they make a slip up, even if they make a mistake, that you're going to forgive them. And not in the way where this person's like, oh sweet, I know they will forgive me, so I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that. I don't mean it in that way. I just mean it as someone who's just a human bumbling through life. You will give them the benefit of the doubt. You will be that person who can see to the heart of a person, to see into their soul, much the way they can see into your soul, that they may not have the best actions that they're doing, but their intentions may have been pure, and you can see to the heart of that because you have the owl spirit, and it says here, you see clearly now. So people look up to you as some sort of, with this 43, 4 plus 3 is 7, as some sort of spiritual person or someone who can see beyond, seeing clearly. To me, this isn't just seeing with your eyes and seeing through the illusion of what's going on here on the earth. This is you being able to connect with your third eye, or as I like to call it, the first eye, where you are seeing beyond this realm. You are seeing to the truth of what really is, that we are not just humans, we are souls having that human experience. And people see you as someone who is very beautiful. But going back to seeing and what we were saying up here, you guys have such beautiful eyes and such beautiful ways of seeing the world, or lessons. Like, people might see something as a problem, and with this new beginnings card, it's almost like you turn it around and you're like, that actually could be taken this way. Look at the benefits in this problem that we're all going through. And people can really see that you have such a beautiful, unique way of looking at the world, and that really makes people think that you are attractive and sexy and someone they want to get to know on a way more personal level than you just exude out in the world. So people, you may have had at times multiple people trying to court you or fight over you, or just to get your attention. And even if you can't really recall a time like that, it just may have been that multiple people were interested in you at the same time. Especially when Venus, I'm just seeing this in my head, Venus, when it transits either your moon or your first house, that's when people really go crazy to be around you. And especially the gender that you're hoping to attract into your life, that's when that gender is really attracted to you and just really wants to be in your company. And even if you're someone who's married or in a long-term relationship, you may notice certain people in your life are more attracted to your energy, maybe not so much your sexiness or your hotness, so to speak, but just your energy. They just want to be next to you. Maybe it's a mother or a child or a cousin or something. They're just so attracted to your light. They just want to be around you and be immersed in your energy, because we do have this goddess card. It says the light attribute here, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. And to me, this goddess card is all things Venus. And like I was just saying, with that Venus transiting your ascendant or your moon, maybe some of you actually have Venus conjunct your ascendant, your sun, your moon, or even Mars. I see even opposition. So if you say had Venus in your 7th house and Mars in your 1st house, you just attract, because they say men are from Mars, women are from Venus. But that to me is a mutual attraction. So you may even be attracted to certain people that have kind of the reversed energy of where your Venus is. Maybe their Venus is opposite yours, or their Mars is conjunct yours or opposite yours, something like that. But you just exude this really flowy, feminine, I just kind of want to dance. Like, maybe you yourself are a dancer. We do have this movement card down here, but you are someone who I just see you very lithe and like stretching out like a cat, just, after a nice nap, they stretch out, but they're just so beautiful, and ethereal is the word that keeps coming to mind. You just have this otherworldly beauty. You don't look like the next Joe, or, as they say, everybody wants to try to look like the Kardashians or, different celebrities, where a lot of the celebrities, in my opinion, almost look like clones of each other, and you can take that any way you want, but to me, they just all are trying to achieve the exact same nose, the exact same eyes, the exact same makeup, the exact same lips, the exact same hair. That's not you guys. You guys have this unique look about you. And instead of trying to change, say if you have really beautiful, kinky, wild, amazing curly hair, instead of trying to, beat that hair into submission and straighten it and tame it to fit in with everyone, you play that feature up even more. So maybe if you are one of my more natural haired beauties, you just let your natural color, your natural texture shine, and you really play it up. Maybe if you have beautiful kinky coils, because she does have a lot of, she's got like a plethora of hair. So you yourself may have thick, beautiful, wavy to curly to kinky textured hair. And instead of, a lot of times, a lot of us curly girls, me myself included, have been shamed for having a more, like a rougher texture to our hair. I was called names because my hair was different, and that brought me so much pain. I straighten my hair most of the time because it was just easier to blend in than to stand out, especially with my hair also being red and curly. it was just like a double-edged sword of being way different than everyone around me. But I see you maybe had, as a child or a younger person, really struggled with this very unique attribute, whether it was your hair, your skin color, your eye color, your body shape, anything that makes you unique is very beautiful. And I think as you guys grow older, you're going to learn to embrace that. But people are really actually very attracted to what makes you unique about yourself. And the more you guys can play up what makes you unique, the more people are going to be attracted to you. So it could be, like I was saying earlier, like a double-edged sword, like damned if you do, damned if you don't. Maybe you don't want the attention of all of these people, so you try to downplay. I do see someone who's actually attracting a lot of people, like I just heard the word dirty old men. So I don't know if maybe you go out and you just attract like leering weirdos, like that are just like looking you up and down, and it makes you really feel uncomfortable. But I think most of you guys learn to just block that out and just embrace and let flow in what it is you want to experience as far as attraction goes. Someone who's really attracted to your eyes, your face, your personality, those windows to the soul, looking into your soul. And then it's almost like secondary that they notice how beautiful you are on the outside, because I think your inner beauty shines so brightly that it almost eclipses your outer beauty. But then as people get to know you, they're like, wow, I can't believe I didn't notice how gorgeous you were before. Like, that's just the vibe I'm getting. But some of you, if not all of you, may have had trouble with like leering people who especially are older than you. I'm getting kind of a Saturn energy mixed with even Pluto. So maybe people are just really older. Especially if you're a woman, I see like older men that are kind of those leering, jeering types that might like stalk your social media. And that's this took kind of a weird turn, but Pluto energy is at play with you guys. So I don't know if you guys have Pluto in the first house. Pluto conjunct your Venus, your sun, or your moon, or your ascendant, something like that, where you're giving off these vibes without even meaning to, that attract people of all spectrums, of all genders, of all everything. And sometimes you may not want that. So it's I just heard, with great power comes great responsibility. So take that as you will. But then we have the Golden Children card. It says inner child, tenderness, innocence, and rare gifts. So going back to wounded child, you do have this childlike sense of wonder. Maybe you yourself I'm getting tingles on my crown as I say this. You guys look much younger than your actual physical age. So if you're in your 50s, I think you may even look like early 30s to late 20s. Like, people really, like, the older you get, the younger people are going to think you are than your actual age. And, say when you're 80, people are going to think you're only 50, kind of that vibe. But it might not be in your favor at the time when you're very young. Say you're 18 right now. People may think you look 12, which, when you're 18 and you're wanting to grow up and do things and get out on your own, looking 12 is not a good look for most people that want to be older and act older and kind of, become an adult. But, just take this weird kind of curse as a blessing when you become 30, 40, 50 and older, because you're going to look much younger than you actually are. And with that comes Gemini energy. They're the ones that are the more childlike wonder and the more childlike or young looking people. And you may have Gemini really prominent in your chart as well. So then our last card here, we have the boundaries card. It says, where do you need to establish better boundaries? And I think for some of you, this pairs right up with that beautiful goddess energy that you're exuding, both from the internal and the external beauty that you exude and that you have. And your movements, I think, are very graceful, very lithe, like I was saying with that goddess. Maybe you guys are dancers, or you're just very charismatic. You're very just graceful. I just see like a ballerina. Maybe you were a ballerina at some point, or still are, or you're interested in dance, or you love to move your body. Even like I do see, just for one specific person, maybe you have worked in the adult entertainment industry, whatever that resonates or means for you, or you've put yourself out there on stage, that Pluto energy, that sexual 8th house energy, I'm picking up for just one or two people. But many others of you kind of exude that like hidden sexuality. You're so beautiful, but just not anyone can have you. You are very specific for just one person or just a handful of very intimate relationships. But then I'm kind of going back to that one or two people. I see maybe you have really put your sexual energy out there and experienced a lot of people in a lot of situations, and I think as you grow older, you're just going to want to narrow that down to just a handful of people or one person and one situation, and just kind of be done with everyone else trying to get to you in that sexual way is really what I'm seeing. And that's where the boundaries are going to come in, because I think many of you have trouble with boundaries, especially when you're in relationships or when you guys are in good friendships. People just, they love your light so much, they just want to keep taking and taking and taking. And there's got to be a time where you say, no, I need to recharge. I can't keep giving. So I hope this resonated. This is what people find sexy, hot, and attractive about you. You will have to let me know below all your thoughts or any stories you want to share about what you've experienced here today, and things you've experienced in the past because of what makes you hot and sexy. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. All right, bye. All right, group number 2, let's go ahead and find out what makes you hot, sexy, attractive, gorgeous, and all those good words. All right, group number 2, so let's go ahead and dive right into this reading. And first off, we have the commitment card. So you are, or your energy, your look, you're the type of person a lot of people can picture themselves settling down with. So whether that's the way you conduct yourself, the way you look, the way you act, people are just really drawn to your energy and they want to commit to you. Whether that is a serious relationship or a really close friendship or confidant, people just want to be in your energy and they just really want to commit to you. So a lot of your relationships, you may look back and be able to see that some of your closest friends way back in school are still some of your closest friends, or people that you've come to know over the years, they are still with you. People that maybe even if you live far apart, you still, when you do talk to these people, it's like picking up right where you left off. You just give this beautiful vibe of just inclusiveness. People want to commit themselves to you. It sounds really weird. It doesn't just mean in like an attractive or like a partnership sort of way, but just all the different relationships you have, people become very attached to you is really what I'm seeing. So in past relationships, you may have been the one to break it off or to step away first, because I feel like people, especially past relationships, they don't want to let you go. Even if they didn't treat you the best, they weren't quick to just be like, okay, see you, bye, and then gone forever. Or if they did that, they would always come crawling back, is just really what I'm seeing. So then with this number 37, lion spirit, be generous of spirit. I'm really seeing, when I think of a lion, I think of someone who's very majestic, someone who stands out in a crowd, someone who just oversees everything that they are in charge of, or just like you're the person people go to, like you're king of the jungle, so to speak. Your look may even just be something very different from everyone around you. And we kind of had those vibes going on in group number 1 as well. And because it is the lion spirit, lion, Leo, you may have prominent Leo in your chart or Leo placements, maybe a sun, moon, rising, a Venus, a Mars, just anything, even Jupiter, anything that's going to make people really see you. And especially sun in Leo, because the sun rules Leo, and when the sun is in Leo, it is in its fullest glory, shining bright for all to see. So say wherever sun is in your chart, wherever Leo is in your chart, those are 2 places people really see you shining. So say Leo rules your 8th house. Maybe you're someone who's really good at astrology or tarot or divination. Maybe you're a psychic medium. That's just an example. So wherever Leo rules your chart, because we all are made up of all 12 zodiac signs, or 13 if you want to count Ophiuchus, all those 27 different nakshatras, but wherever the Leo sign is in your chart, that's where people really see you shining, and also where your sun is in your chart. If it's in the 1st house, the 3rd house, the 10th house, wherever it is, it's important as to what makes people feel like you are sexy and attractive. So then we have the child orphan card, and the light attribute of this one says independence based on learning to go it alone, conquering fear of surviving. So maybe you're someone who, as a child or as a younger person, you just always found yourself very introverted, kind of on your own. And not to say that you didn't have friends or close family members or people you could really confide in, but you just really shine your best when you're all on your own. And even when you're on your own, it seems like you still attract people to you because they see you shining, that Leo. It's just calling for people to put attention to it. Even when you want alone time, it's almost like your phone is ringing more than ever when you want alone time. Or you're like, I'm not dating anymore, and then you're just meeting all these people that want to date you, something like that. So it's almost like what you don't want to happen will happen, and when you want something to happen, kind of the opposite will happen as far as people being attracted or repelled by you, but it's usually attracted to you because you just have this majestic vibe or aura about you. Then with this destroyer card, the light attribute says releasing what is potentially destructive, preparing for new life. So you guys aren't afraid to change things up. You guys aren't afraid to change your look, to be different. Dare to be different is what I just heard in my head. And especially with this child card, you may have been that outcast or that person who stood on your own, and you may have felt as a child, no one wants to be my friend, no one wants to hang out with me, but yet now you're saying everyone's attracted to my energy. It may have been that they were really attracted to you so much so that, like that lion, maybe they were intimidated by your majestic, or your majesticity. Is that a word? Your majesticity. They were so intimidated by you that maybe they didn't come see you, but energetically they were always like looking where you were. If you were in the same class as someone, maybe they always knew where you were, almost like they were orbiting the sun, going back to the sun in Leo. The sun rules Leo. It's like people kind of orbit around you, and it's funny too because this person, as I say that, this child is on this kind of blue planet, and all these other planets are kind of orbiting around this child. So even if you feel like completely alone in the world, just know energetically people feel like you're the sun and they're orbiting around you in some way. But I think others of you are going to know exactly what I'm talking about with this and be like, yeah, I know. Sometimes I wish I could make it stop. I just want to be alone sometimes. So, whatever path resonates for you most. But people are just really attracted to the fact that you're not afraid to release what's not serving you and completely do a 180 on your belief systems, on your look, on where you're living, the job you're doing. You're, on a soul level, you're not afraid to change things that aren't working or to destroy what's not working to make room for something better. So that is kind of tower energy, maybe some Scorpio vibes, some Pluto vibes, some 8th house vibes, much like group 1. I don't know if you guys selected groups 1 and 2, but if you wanted some additional insight into what makes you sexy, you might want to also check out group 1. But then here we have the Kyanite card. It says make time for self-care. Taking care of yourself is essential right now. So people really do see you as someone who is taking very good care of yourself. Maybe you always have your hair did, your nails did. Whether you go somewhere to have these things done or you just do them on your own, you just always look very presentable, very put together. Even if you don't feel like you're put together, people see you and are attracted to you because they feel like you take care of yourself. And again, going back to that kind of Scorpio, Pluto vibe, 8th house vibe, maybe you aren't really taking the best care of yourself, but still people are picking up that vibe that you are someone who really takes care of yourself. And in effect, a lot of times people want to take care of you as well, or they try to take care of you. Maybe they try to tell you what to do, even though you're the king of the jungle and the center of a lot of stuff. People sometimes maybe want to give you unsolicited advice because they want to help you, I think, because they look up to you so much. They want to commit to you in some way. But then here with the connect to the earth, the number 13, 1 plus 3 is 4, that supportive energy. People see you as someone who's very connected to them, to the earth, to all things. You are just someone who is, I just heard beacon of light, even though there's no lighthouse energy here, but there is a volcano blowing right here. Maybe that's what I'm being attracted to, but connecting with the earth. Maybe people love your more earthy vibe. If you're someone who is really into like minimal waste lifestyle or, really conscious of your footprint on this earth. Maybe you are a vegan or a minimalist, a low waste person, someone who's really caring about the environment, animals. I just see someone who has a big heart that wants, it's like, can't we all just get along? Wants everyone to feel included and happy and safe is the vibe you put out. And people love that about you. They think it's sexy because you just exude this otherworldly energy of love, this beyond the veil energy of love. Even if you don't always show it in the best way with this Destroyer card, they can still feel your intention behind that love. And she is wearing this kind of rainbowy outfit. She's got some really cool pinkish purple, maybe lavender colored hair going on here. So maybe you're someone who has really distinct hair, or you like to dye your hair fun colors. Maybe you're not afraid to wear tie-dye or lots of different colors, and she's got some pattern here on her scarf. Maybe you mix prints and patterns and textures, and you're all about like fashion and art and beauty, which kind of again goes back to group 1 with that Venus energy I was picking up. But with you guys, I'm picking up very Aquarius energy, just out of this world. You guys are just something, I just heard a cut above. Like you on a soul level are someone sent to this earth from higher realms that is here to make a difference, and people are just so attracted to that. They want, like, again with the commitment, and then going over to this, the Cosmic Heart card, devotion, potency, make your life a moving prayer. People want to devote themselves to you, and whether you're looking for a partner, have a partner, don't want a partner, it doesn't matter. People are still really attracted to you. And I think a lot of times it comes at your chagrin, like you just don't want to be dealing with other people's energy. Again, you want to be left alone at times, but people are just bombarding you with their attention and just wanting to be with you and immersing yourself in their energy, or them immersing in your energy more like. But you are this cosmic heart. You make life a moving prayer. It's like, you know, she's got her eyes closed, she's got her eyes closed. It's like you are full of this sense of wonder and, you know, that childlike sense of wonder, but you kind of go it alone with the Destroyer, an orphaned child. Like, you want to be left alone. It reminds me I just saw like Forrest Gump when he started running. He was just running to run and just, you know, do his own. I feel it was a very spiritual journey for him, even though it wasn't really stated in the movie. I just feel it was a very spiritual time for him to just clear his head, or maybe even dive deeper into his shadow self and just start running. And then all these other people just, I'm getting crown tingles as I say this, so I think I'm on to something. But, you know, he didn't invite anyone. He didn't try to get any publicity. He just did his thing. And then he just had all these followers, like all these puppy dogs and people coming out of the woodwork that just wanted to follow him and be a part of whatever it was he was doing, even though he wasn't really even doing anything. He was just running. I was running, you know, he says. So people, that's the vibe you put out. Like you may even attract people who are broken and orphaned, and, you know, maybe you have a lot of rescue pets or rescue animals, or friends who have, you know, you've pulled them out of the darkest depths, or past passed away loved ones, or past relationships where you felt like somehow you could fix these people, but they just were maybe beyond fixing, or it wasn't your job to fix them, is just what I heard. So these people weren't ready to change, and maybe you were trying to help them change for the better, but they just weren't ready. I see maybe you have attracted a lot of past alcoholics or people addicted to drugs or sex, or, you know, whatever their vice was, but you as this good-hearted person feel like you could fix somebody, but it's, you know, the healing and the fixing is only going to be done when the person themselves on like a cellular level wants to be changed or fixed or helped. So then here with this Imrama card, I can never say that right, Imrama, where are you being called to journey to? So kind of going back to that Forrest Gump example, maybe you're someone who just wants to be able to wander a little bit before you have to make a choice on where you want to be, what you want to do, who you think you are. You like to explore all the different options. Maybe you're someone who is a world traveler, or you just have this like a wanderlust going on, and people are really attracted. They think it's sexy that you don't need other people to make you shine. You just shine. Like, the sun doesn't come up and shine every day, going back to that sun and the Leo analogy. The sun doesn't come up shining every day being like, hey guys, look at me, I'm so awesome, I'm up here on my pedestal, up here in the sky, look at me. No, the sun just comes up and does its thing because that's what the sun does, and that's you. You're not looking for clout, you're not looking for publicity, you're not looking for like followers and loyal puppy dogs to chase you around. You're just looking to shine your light and be your authentic self, and in effect, people become that way with you. They want to be part of your energy, they want to be part of your tribe, part of your vibe, if you get what I'm saying. And you know, I think a lot of times you may struggle with that because I feel many of you guys are introverted people at heart. There aren't any cards here except this commitment card with more than one person or animal on the card. So I feel like you guys, you know, very Aquarian energy. You want the best for the greatest good of humanity, but you don't want to have to be, you know, putting your energy out there on personal levels all over the place. Not to say that you don't have personal relationships with people, but I think to you guys, your most important relationship is with yourself. So it's almost like there's these walls around you that people just can't get to unless it's like the ultimate relationship of commitment where you are giving your, you know, yourself to another person. That could be a partner or a really close friendship. You're not going to let just anyone in that inner circle. So people are really attracted and want to get into that inner circle with you. But again, it's not always that easy. So I think that's all I'm seeing for you. I really do hope this resonated and shed a little bit of light on why you're so hot, sexy, attractive, and gorgeous. I know a lot of this was more energetic than physical, but I think it kind of really just goes both ways with you guys. You guys have such a big soul that's just put in this little auric field of a human body that you just want to shine so much brighter than you're even allowed to at times, but people pick up on that and they want in on your secrets is really what I'm hearing. So I hope that resonated. Once again, you will have to let me know below, share any stories about this reading, what's happened to you in your past regarding other people and their attraction toward you, or you know, just whatever you want to share about this. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 3, let's go ahead and find out what makes you so sexy, hot, attractive, gorgeous, and all the words. Okay, so let's go ahead and start right here with this middle card, and we have the Psychic Abilities card. So people, much like I think it's a theme through at least these first 3 readings, you guys just have this something extra that is beyond the veil. Something where your spiritual gifts, your soul, is really leaking into your more human experience, and it really makes people attracted to you on both a physical, emotional, mental, energetic, spiritual level. People are just attracted to you guys on all the different levels. And with this Psychic Abilities card, people see you as someone, even if you're not someone who sees yourself this way, or you know, whatever, this is just a vibe that you put out subconsciously, that you know more than your average Joe. You know more about existence than just this 3D matrix that we are told to believe exists. You know that so much more exists that we haven't even touched the tip of the iceberg of what existence really is. And this sense of knowledge that you guys have is so great. You guys are my definite old souls. We did kind of get a bit of that vibe in group 2 as well, but you guys are just like ancient souls from higher realms sent here to make this world a better place. And people pick up on that. And I call that my lighthouse energy. You don't have to go around beating people over the head with your opinion and trying to make people understand how you see the world. Just you living your light, just you being that shiny beacon, that big lighthouse in the harbor. All the ships that are out there in the night can see you shining, and they are very attracted to your light because they see you shining and living your authentic self. And I think you guys know, and I think it's been a journey for you to find that authentic self. And maybe you're still really working through your ego or shadow aspects to really allow your authentic self to come through. But people see, however much of your authentic self is in operation, people can see it like a beacon, that's for sure. And people know you as someone who is very psychic, maybe a medium. So maybe you're someone who does tarot or divination or psychic medium work, astrology even, and you're watching this channel. Maybe you yourself have your own YouTube channel or spiritual based business is really what I'm picking up with you guys. But so many people just find that amazing and fascinating, because we also have the Seeker card. It says thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. You guys aren't someone who's just gonna have your belief system wall up and be like, well, that doesn't go along with what I believe, so I don't believe it. It's almost like your walls, if you ever had any, they've come down. So maybe you had been through a pretty impressive spiritual awakening or Kundalini awakening, or maybe you were just born awake and aware to the other side or the other realms, and you've just exuded this otherworldly presence in this world. And with the Seeker card, you are always seeking for new ideas, new truths, new knowledge, new information. And I think a lot of times you will find it within. You will do your meditations and you will find it within. But people think this is just dead sexy about you. They love that you're not just gonna follow, the big word, the big buzzword of 2020 is a sheep or a sheeple. You're not someone who's just gonna go with the herd or go with the crowd. You step away and find your own truth, even if it completely is the opposite of what everyone else is doing. You're not afraid to go your own way. And I just heard that song. Is that by Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way? I will look it up. I can hear the chorus part of it. I'll put that song right over here, so if you want to go listen to the lyrics, there may be an additional message in that song for you, Go Your Own Way. I will put that song there for you. Go ahead and check that out later. But you guys aren't afraid to step out of the narrative of what is or what should be. You're finding the narrative of what's real for you, what is your truth from your soul's perspective. Then with this Gossip card, it says the light attributes awakens consideration for the feelings of others, honoring trust. So even though this is a Gossip card, I just heard, I think it's from Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I don't remember Andy Samberg's character on that. I don't watch a lot of TV, but my husband was watching that show not that long ago. And I think it was that show where he's like, what's the hot goss? I don't know. That's like the only time I've ever heard that saying. But it's almost to me like people go to you to find out like what's the skinny, what's the real information. Not like, oh, what's going on the news, but they come to you like, what's the truth? What's real? What do I need to be aware of? So again, kind of like that spiritual teacher that, even like a tarot reader, someone goes to you for the real truth, the real information. And you're not this gossip that's, just saying petty things about people to be petty. This is not. This is like a more evolved way of communicating. And people, like, you have people's true best interests at heart when you give information to them and about others. You don't want to step on toes or create any karma for yourself. So you're very careful not to gossip about other people in the term of, what gossip actually means here in this 3D realm. So people know that their information is safe with you. When they confide in you, they know it's not going to end up in the ears of people that they don't want to hear it. And they can trust you. Trust is a huge thing. So that is very sexy about you. But, going back to, I think it was group number 1, the eyes were the window to the soul. We talked about that in group 1. And she's got 3 eyes here. So people may just really be attracted to your eyes, your eye shape, your eye color. Something about your eyes really draws people in. And I think that it is almost like, I just heard the light shines from behind the eyes. So maybe you have eyes that almost look like they're glowing, or you're just really allowing people to see more of your soul aspect when they look into your eyes. You're not trying to hide who you authentically truly are. You are sharing that information wholeheartedly. So it's like they're very attracted, almost hypnotized by the way your eyes look, or the way, even, kind of that trifecta, that triangle that these 3 eyes create. That part of your face. People really like to focus on your eyebrows, your forehead, your eyes. You really see people staring there and you're like, what? Do I have wrinkles? What's going on? But no, they're just really attracted to your otherworldly information is what I'm hearing. So then here with this whale spirit, it says, trust the great mystery. You are mysterious. There's just no way around it. You guys are so mysterious. And it's not like you are much like group 2 where you're trying to hide your secrets. Not like secrets, but like, you don't want everybody and anyone and everyone to in on your most intimate parts of yourself. But you guys, I think, you're not afraid to share the more intimate parts of yourself, especially the more spiritual side of yourself. It's just you, kind of much like group number 2, you want people to have earned it. You don't just give of yourself so freely that just any old Joe off the street can just come in and partake in your beautiful vibe. You kind of vet people out, but once they're kind of in that inner circle, you're not afraid to put your heart on your sleeve and tell them about stuff. And your vulnerability is like a sexy superpower. It's like, I'm really seeing Venus and Pluto, and I did see hints of Pluto in group 2 as well. But Venus and Pluto may be conjunct in your chart, or wherever Venus and Pluto rule and sit within your chart is going to be specific houses where people are really attracted to you. So say Venus is in your 9th house of higher wisdom, higher knowledge, people are physically attracted to you because of your view on the world, your philosophy, your religion, or however it is your higher mind, your soul, just your higher knowing, but not in like even like a university type setting. I mean like more on a soul level where you can really tap in beyond the veil. And then with this mirror card, it says, who or what is triggering you? So people see, kind of maybe going back to your eyes, people see themselves in aspects within you. You are a mirror for people. So when people get this mirror card, this is very strong twin flame energy. So maybe a lot of people mistake you as their twin flame or their soulmate. I do feel like you do have a rather large soul family incarnated, so maybe you are attracting a lot of your tribe now, and in the recent years you've been really attracting your more soul family members and just kind of weeding out the people who just want something from you that aren't with it on a soul level or a spiritual level. You're just bringing in the people who you resonate with on a soul level. So people really feel, even if you just have a conversation with someone in a bar for 20 minutes and then you never see them again, your influence on their life, your just them immersing themselves in your vibe, it doesn't go away the next day. They don't already forget what you looked like, how they felt around you. Your energy will stay with them for years. Even if you're just smiling at a stranger on the street, your energy will stay with that person for years. And in a good way. You will also, on a more other side of the coin than the good way, maybe trigger people. So it might be that, I know for sure you guys are my empaths, so you may actually be attracting in a lot of narcissists, because that mirror, what's the other side of that coin? What's on the other side of that mirror? You're mirroring back to them the beautiful parts of themselves that it's hard for them to see, especially narcissists. They really only think about themselves, but here you are, someone who's thinking about yourself and others, and that really makes them uncomfortable. So it triggers this vulnerability in other people, especially narcissists, that some people aren't ready for, some people will not be ready for at all in this incarnation, and so it almost repels them from you. But that's not that you're not doing your soul's work, because that is your soul's work, is to maybe trigger some of these lower dimensional souls or newer souls that aren't very evolved yet. You are triggering them into a spiritual realization that there's something more out there, there's something more to them and to life, and that could actually repel somebody or some people. But in reality, it's like, repelling someone and attracting someone are two sides of the same coin, just as negativity and positivity are two sides of the same coin. So you really, you see very wide spectrums of people who really resonate with you and people the exact opposite of you, but your energy is healing and helping and triggering the whole spectrum in a plethora of ways. And that's why people sometimes are attracted to you in a physical way, even if they're repelled by you in a spiritual way. Going back to that narcissistic example, they are highly attracted to the way you look and your vibe, but maybe they don't like how you trigger them to try to be a better person. They just don't like that at all, and it repels them away, if that makes sense. I'm not saying that your energy at all is repulsive. Absolutely the opposite. But there are just certain souls that can't take that vulnerability, so they push you away. And really what they're doing is they're pushing that aspect of themselves away. So I hope that makes sense. So then we have the read card. You are, and it is a number 6. It adds up to a 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. So that unconditional love, that motherly energy. So people are attracted to your unconditional love. The way that you love people is sexy. It's attractive. When you decide, it's not at first, but when you decide that someone is worth your time, your effort, your energy, your love, wow, you put all the chips in. You're like, let's go. This is it. You're my friend for life. You're my partner for life. Even if these friendships and partnerships don't work out, for having put it and went all in with your chips and you just gave of yourself so much, you changed that person for the better, and you realized within yourself that we are all one on a soul level, on a spiritual level. And, again, that can attract or repel people. But with this read card, you are someone who's book smart, street smart, spirit smart. Like, you're just smart and intelligent in all facets, and that is so sexy to a lot of people. Me, for instance, my moon is in the 9th house, so it's like, and my Mercury's in the 8th house. So to me, having those really deep, beyond the veil type of conversations are a turn on for me. But other people, maybe not so much. But people are attracted to you because they can have those really deep, intimate, not so surface level, but way below the ground type of conversations with you, and feel it's not just another weather chat when you're in the line at the grocery store. Maybe you have people telling you their life story and you just met this person, but they just feel so comforted by who you are and where you come from on a spiritual level that they just maybe say too much. But they see you as someone who's very attractive because of your intelligence and what you understand about the world. But on a more mundane level, maybe you are someone who's always reading or seeking that information about the world, about spiritual topics, just for fun and your own pleasure or leisure. Maybe you always have a book in your purse or your backpack, or people are just attracted to your nerdiness is really what I'm hearing too. Maybe you are that little book nerd and you have a lot of information. People are so attracted to that. But her eyes are really standing out to me. They are very blue. So some of you may have very blue eyes, or just like this blue color within your eyes that really stands out to people and draws them into you. And it's funny too, here I see this diamond, and it kind of reminds me of the plumb bob that hovers above the Sims head in the Sims games. So it's like people, this is so random and not even related to this card, but it's like people may fantasize about what life would be like being with you in, all sorts of ways. We'll leave that open-ended. We won't get too specific. You can draw your own conclusions on that. So a lot of people may be fantasizing about you because your vibe, your look, just the whole package, everything that you are and everything that you represent is so attractive to so many people. Again, going back to that, so many people think you're their twin flame, or they're dreaming about making you theirs in some way. It just really is, it's almost like you don't even understand that this is going on, and you may never learn that certain people, I see, especially if you're a female, you may have a really close male friend that is of a friend and more like a brother to you than anything, but this person harbors secret attraction toward you. That might just be specifically for a couple of you, but I see, especially if you are a woman and you have a lot of male friends, these may start out as friends, but eventually these friends start to have feelings for you on a more romantic level is really what's standing out to me. So then with this titanium rainbow quartz card, it says multifaceted. There are many layers and dimensions to the situation or person you're asking about. Abso-freaking-lutely. You guys are my multifaceted diamonds in the rough that, again, come from those higher realms. People, it's like they can't get enough of you. It's like every time they're around you, they learn something new about you. Even if you're not one of those braggy people that's always talking about themselves, it's just them immersing in your energy. Maybe they're the ones that are coming to you and venting about a person or a situation, and you're offering them these really cool scenarios like, well, what if you told the person this? Or at your job, what if you did that instead of this? It's like you offer people solutions, and they think that's sexy. It's just the way that you are. You're so multifaceted. It's like they could be with you for 1,000 years and still not know everything there is to know about you. And then with this A New Earth card, it says it's happening. Keep holding the vision. So people see you as someone who has this vision for the future of a better world, a new earth. And that's exactly why you incarnated, was to not just break down the old. That's more of an indigo energy, which I am picking up some indigo vibes. There is a lot of blue going on. But for you guys, I feel you're more my crystal children, maybe even blue ray souls, where you're not here to destroy anything like group 2, but you're here to build something in the place of that destruction. You are the star after the tower in tarot. You guys are star energy, and it's just beautiful. I love that. I love how that feels. You guys just feel like this breath of fresh air in a world that is falling apart is really what I'm seeing, and that's why people are so attracted to you. But many of you guys may have black hair. There are 2 figures here that have black hair. Well, 3 if you count this person here. We've got blonde, we've got orangish red, we've got a brunette. So you guys, whatever hair color you're rocking, people love it. Like, people are that are attracted to you. If you're brunette, this person you're attracting, they love brunettes. If you're a redhead, this person you're attracting, they love redheads. So whatever it is you have going on, the people that you're attracting, you are like their ideal type. So whatever it is you look like, whoever you've been with in the past, it's like you are the ideal embodiment of what these people feel is the perfect woman or the perfect man or the perfect person. And it's just really beautiful. But you guys, it's people can pick up on the energy that you were here to make this world a better place, and they want to get in on that news. They want to get in on that action. They want to know what the truth is, and they know that coming to you, they're going to find a better sense of truth than if they had turned on the news or just asked their random coworker at work a question about life and what's going on. So I hope that resonated for you. You guys will have to share any stories about what this reading brought up for you or triggered for you. Any past relationships you may feel some of these instances came into play with. Anything you guys want to share, I always love to hear your comments, and I try to get back to as many of you as I can. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things, and I really truly do hope to see you back at the Den Creative. Alright, bye! Alright, group number 4, let's go ahead and find out what makes you hot, sexy, beautiful, gorgeous, attractive, all those fun words. Okay, group number 4. So this is really cool energy. And I have to start. I started right here with all the other groups, but I want to start with these 2 with you guys because you have the Warrior card alongside the Damsel card. And in my kind of awareness or thought, those 2 seem like 2 different sides of the same coin. Opposites, if you will. So with the light attribute of the Warrior, it says strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will, heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Then with the Damsel card, the light attribute says understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. So when you put these light attributes side by side, they sound more like the same card than if you were to have read the shadow attributes. So people don't see you as a damsel in distress, and yet people don't see you as this warrior, barging in, kicking ass and taking names type of person. It's like you have balanced those energies out completely, and you are someone who can take care of themselves, but you're not afraid to let someone step in and take care of you as well. So it's like you're not so high and mighty that you're like, I can do it myself. It's kind of very balanced energy, but this is very temperance energy. So I just feel like you guys are able to juggle the different areas of your life. You're able to balance things out much better than most Libras, myself included, would be able to. You just have a very balanced energy. Kind of go with the flow. It's like, you're kind of up for anything. If someone suggests, let's go skydiving, you'd be like, okay, sure. Or if they like, let's go wine tasting, you'd be like, okay, sure. Let's go backpacking, okay, sure. You're just kind of open-minded, and people love that energy about you, that you're just chill and yet go with the flow as well. But we do have this forgiveness card right here in the middle. So you're not someone who's just going to forgive every Tom, Dick, and Harry that comes your way for everything they've ever done. But you do have this heart of forgiveness. You understand that maybe sometimes people's actions don't always line up with their intentions. That maybe they intended something good to happen, but their actions didn't really have that play out the way they wanted. So you don't hold a lot of resentment for a lot of people. Maybe if you had in the past, you've really been on a journey of forgiveness where you've forgiven yourself, you've forgiven others. Maybe you do a lot of meditations regarding forgiveness, because a lot of times when we don't forgive other people, we kind of harbor that energy in our heart chakra, in our solar plexus, even sacral and root, like those lower chakras. We really hold that energy. But when we can release that energy, forgive people, not cut cords, but remove cords that other people's damage has done to you, and then heal that, that's when you can really start operating in your more higher chakras and really balancing and lining those chakras up and making them work well. And I feel like you guys are those people, those alchemists, those magicians that can balance your chakras, going back to that balance. So people see you as someone who's very put together, very balanced, and it attracts the heck out of people. Balance is something so many people struggle with, that the fact that they see that in you, it's because they wish they had more of that in their lives, and they feel that just by being in your energy, they're going to have some of that rub off on them. But the different hair types that I'm seeing as far as what you look like, we've got black, we've got blonde, we've got brunette, black again, and then red. And black again. So you guys could have hair colors all over the different spectrums. But just, I see so many instances of very long, flowing, straight or wavy hair. Every single one of these people has got a length of hair. There's no shaved heads or anything going on here. So whether you're a man or a woman, maybe you like to have your hair longer, or people really think you're really something special when your hair is long. I don't know if that resonates for everybody, but I even see a man who's got like a beard and like longer hair, and women just go crazy over that look. And I just saw, right as I said that, I saw the actor Jason Momoa. So maybe you guys have a look like that if you are a guy, or that's how your significant other or other people really are attracted to you, when you do have that sort of look about you. Even if you've never rocked that look before, maybe that's something that would attract more people into your life, who knows. But very long, flowing, thick, beautiful hair I'm seeing for many of you guys. And I just it's funny because this card here with this guy here, this beautiful angel, it's a very androgynous looking angel, but I'm being also drawn up here to the David, little 3D printed statue my husband made for me, because the part on the Goonies, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about, what the significance. I'm like laughing on the inside, that's why I'm stumbling over my words. But I'm being drawn to the two of these having very similar energy, where, you know, this is like beauty. I just feel beauty, and, you know, you exude sexiness and beauty. So you probably have been someone who's always been told you're beautiful, you're sexy, you're hot. It's not a secret to you. Maybe you yourself have trouble accepting the fact that you are these things, but other people can clearly see, just by looking at you, that you are gorgeous inside and out. But let's just go right over here to the Moldavite card, since we were talking about it. Moldavite, unconventionality. Your unique qualities are an important part of your life purpose. It's okay to feel and be different from others. So you guys, when Moldavite is something that comes from a meteorite, if I'm not mistaken. When the meteorite has impact with the earth, it creates some sort of, I'm no scientist, you guys, so I'm seeing it like a chemical reaction with the earth that has created something new. It's green, it's beautiful, it's out of this world. Moldavite, you guys are something special. You're unique, very unique, and people may tell you, even if you look like the type, that you are just so different than anyone they've ever known. Maybe it's your personality, maybe it's your look, but you've probably heard from more than 2 or 3 or 10 people that you are just so uniquely, amazingly you. You are different from, you may have heard, especially if you're a woman, you may have heard from men, you're not like most girls. You're so fun and ready for action and fun, and I love your energy. You've probably heard from so many people, you're not like other men, you're not like other women, you're not like other people, and you are something special, because I do feel much like Moldavite, you guys come from higher realms, you come from other worlds that have a better way of living and a more beautiful way of living and a more lighthearted and go with the flow way of living, and you incarnated here to bring that to life so other people can really vibe in your energy and feel like making the world a better place and making a difference on this world. But then we have the Earth card, learning how to be human in the world but not of it. Like I was just saying with that Moldavite, it is out of this world. The fact that you have 2 cards about just basically learning how to be a human, or being, unique and out of this world. You may not have personally had a lot of lives on Earth, and maybe the energy of Earth is really hard and dense for you, and you can't really, it's like I see you as someone with a lot of beautiful dreams and ideas, but maybe you have a lot of chronic pain or a lot of emotional pain, and just being in and of this world is very, very hard for you guys. So you really struggle maybe with anxiety, mental health, depression. But other people still see you as, I hear the word melancholy, because we have, kind of some Mona Lisa looking smiles going on. There's not a lot of big happy smiles, but it's like melancholy, kind of sad. And I just heard the words bittersweet as well. So maybe your kind of bittersweet, melancholy kind of vibe brings people in, and they want to make you happy. People are attracted to you to want to make you happy because they feel like they can make you happy. Even if they can't, they feel like they can. But then with this squirrel spirit, it says believe in yourself. So even if you are someone who deals with anxiety and mental health and stuff like that, you still believe in yourself. You still know that you're in this world but not of it. You know you come from higher realms. You're a spirit having a human experience. And you believe in yourself. You have these beautiful beliefs about the world, about who you are, about how the world can work, that are so beautiful and so true. And other people want to feel as confident as you in certain areas of your life. But I do feel there are other areas of your life that you yourself really beat yourself up with. And people see that, and that's why they almost see that damsel, like they want to come in and save you. But really what they're going to be saving you from is yourself, because you are the warrior, you are the damsel, combined into one to make this whole new whatever that would be. I don't know what this was, but you get it. But you guys, it's like I just heard you are your own worst enemy. Maybe you are your own worst inner critic. Maybe you allow your ego to talk ish about you in your head. That person that is in your head, or person, that energy, that voice that is in your head talking ish about you is not you, is not your spirit. Your spirit would never, ever talk to you. Your higher self would never, ever talk to you the way that some of the voices in your head are talking to you. That is not you. On a soul level, that mean voice in your head is not you. So the quicker you can realize that, and just when you hear that inner critic, that ego, that, devil on your shoulder that's in your head saying mean things to you, the sooner you can realize that's not you and just step to the side and observe whatever that thing is saying without attaching to whatever that thing is saying, the better off you're going to be, and the more you're going to exude this light of, I'm believing in myself, and I'm from other worlds, and I don't have to give in to my ego or my anxiety. I can live a more fulfilling and happy life. It's just what I'm hearing, and that's not really an attractive message about how sexy and hot you are, but I feel like you guys needed to hear that. That's why it came through, because you needed to hear it, and you picked this pile because you needed to hear. And I just heard, stop beating yourself up. So some of you may have been really hard on yourselves lately and just needed to hear that. And maybe that's why you're looking at a reading about what makes you hot, is you want to find ways to talk yourself up, because deep down you're beautiful, you're amazing. but maybe on a more earthly or 3D or surface level, you talk ish about yourself. And I just want to say, don't do that, because you're amazing. You really are. So then we have the watch a movie card. And when I see this card, I always just think of curling up, getting comfy, snuggling up with someone you love, and just feeling the vibe of just comfort and coziness and just having a great time in someone's energy without having to feel like you guys each have to carry on a conversation. It's just immersing in someone's vibe. When you go watch a movie on a date with someone, it's not like the two of you are communicating or talking. You're just in each other's energy, putting your attention on something else. But this is just saying you guys can have fun watching a movie, or, like I said earlier, skydiving. Like, it doesn't matter. With you guys, people are just attracted to how go with the flow you are. How, maybe if your plans had gotten canceled because it's raining or something, you can still find that way to have fun together by just going inside and watching a movie. People just feel very comforted in your energy, and it attracts the heck out of people. People just want to feel balanced and comfortable. Like that really will bring a lot of people into your vibe. Like, people just want to know you. It's like, I just want to know them. I just want to know this person. I don't have to be their boyfriend or their girlfriend. I don't have to be their best friend. I just want to know them. So you might have a lot of people that just feel happy in your presence. I don't know. That's just what I'm feeling. Then with this deep replenishment card, it says retreat, rest, and be held. So people do see you as someone, I think it was group 1, possibly group 2, it's been a minute. Every single one of these instances, this person is alone, or this animal is alone, except here, this person has an animal. But I feel like you guys just want to be alone to be able to process your life yourself, what you believe, who you are. Do that meditation, do that self-care. But then when you've done that, when you've recharged your batteries, you're ready to put yourself back out there and allow other people to mesh in your energy. But people love that you put your self-care, your time away, your rest as a priority. Because that's something a lot of people don't do. We are just living that grind, like living that dream, trying to grind and get things done, get things accomplished, to be all things to all people. But we can't do that for very long anyway, and you guys are the people that understand you can't do that for very long, that you allow yourself that step back so that when you come back out to everybody, they get better, it's like they get a more quality version of you than if you had worn yourself so thin. So I really do hope this resonated for you guys. This kind of turned a little more internal rather than external beauty and attraction, but I think, it kind of goes both ways. As within, so without. So your inner beauty is going to be reflected into your outer beauty as well. So you guys will have to let me know below what you thought, any stories you want to share about this. And as always, you guys, thanks again so much for all your likes, comments, shares, subscribes, and all the things. And I really truly do hope to see you back at the Done Creative. All right, bye.